dito tayo natulog para sa second night natin dito sa Thailand. So ngayon ay third day natin. At saang lugar to? Ha?
Khao Yai.
Khao Yai. So nandito tayo sa Khao Yai. So medyo ano to, Highland. So medyo malamig. Oo. So puntahan natin yung may swamp area daw. Maganda daw doon. May mga magagandang villa, oh.
I think swamp.
No, swamp na ba yan?
Oo.
Ah, okay.
Ito pa pala.
So malaki ang swamp. Maganda.
Kasi mo
Ah?
naman itsura ng hot ng villa.
Oo. Ayan oh. Laki rin ng ano. So hindi siya swamp, it's a lake. Ay, sila ba yan? Morning! Ayan. Ayan oh. Oh. Nice. Maganda rin. Worth din itong lugar na to para sa ating agri-tourism tour. Sophia, tingin ka rito. Sophia, tingin ka rito. O, di ba? Parang portrait. So right now, maganda yung tulog natin.
Ako hindi, kasi humihilig ka.
Tapos, maaga tayong gumising dahil sabi nila today, full pack yung ating tour. At ang ending natin for today, babalik na tayo ng Bangkok. Yan. So, ngayon, kung yung first day at second day ay medyo high-end, no? Malakihan yung nakita natin. Morning, sir! So, ngayon naman, mga ano daw, small farms. Ito yung
May replicate.
yung kayang-kayang gayahin. So, tingnan natin kung may makukuha tayo na inspiration para doon sa farm. But definitely doon sa Nungluk, may nakuha tayo, no? Well, actually, ano na yan naisip ka na nung finiture natin yung pottery sa yung Pampanga pottery, nakakuha ako ng idea na magandang gamitin yung pottery doon sa bamboo trail. So, ngayon, mas na-inspire ako na gawin yung pottery. Kasi ang gaganda ng pottery nila talaga doon sa Nungluk. Ibang klase.
May ano kasi, carving.
Yeah. At saka yung mga small pots na ginawa nilang into a bigger structure. So, yun. Ngayon, tingnan naman natin kung ano pa yung pwedeng makuha natin. Kasi nga, tayo ay geared towards farm tourism, especially for my subscribers, for agribusiness subscribers. So yan.
Tara, ikot pa tayo.
Alam mo, giniginaw ako kahit na naka-jacket na ako. Check out na tayo before mag-breakfast.
Tara ko lang. Ilak ko na.
Oo. Dala-dala na natin mga luggage natin. Bus number 1. Say hi. Morning. Ang taas ng bus nila, no? Alright, let's go for breakfast. Buffet ba? Buffet? Morning. Kunan lang kita, sir, ng reaction.
Reaction talaga.
Okay. Sir, ano pong full name ninyo?
Marlo Basco.
Sir Marlo, saan po yung
I'm
farm ninyo?
no, I'm not a farmer. I'm
Okay.
an architect, but I'm
Oh.
interested in farm tourism.
Oh, alright.
That's why I was here. I'm here because
Ah.
my passion is going now to the natural part of my career. Kasi karamihan talaga hardscape building structures. So I want to explore the natural environment at the same time. A client sends me here actually because he
I
has
see.
a farm na he wants to develop into a resort in south of Mindanao.
Oh.
That's it.
So, may na-inspire ka ba sa, nung Nook?
Oh, yeah. Actually, it was really a very nice experience. Kakaiba siya. And then the time that we were there, maikli nga lang, hindi natin na-explore, but it's worth a visit. Hopefully, we can replicate in a smaller, better way in the Philippines.
Alright. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, welcome. So you're a vlogger then?
Yes.
Saan ka naka-base?
Manila.
Manila mismo.
Pero I travel the whole
North to
Philippines.
South. Yun naman dapat, di ba? Para you can get a lot of connections at the same time. You can promote your part. So pero sa Manila ka ever since?
Ano po, ang province ko is Pangasinan. So since nag-college, alam mo na, ganun naman. Pag
Ganun
nag-college
naman
siya,
talaga
hindi
yun,
na.
di ba? Adventure.
Hindi na
ka
nakakauwi.
balik sa inyo. Ako, I went back to my hometown after a few years sa
Saan po
Manila.
yung hometown niya?
It's in Cotabato City. But I studied in Manila way back. Tapos ano pa, tanong ko, ano talagang profession?
Mass comm grad ako.
No
Tapos
wonder.
nag-work ako sa TV, ABS, and other networks.
Magkalapit lang din. So what brings you here? Ako naman nagtanong
Ano po, kasi nga agriculture yung vlogging ko eh. So, nung nakita ko yung post ni Sir Mike, nag-interested talaga ako to join.
So that's connection that.
For content.
Tama din.
Basically
tama din
for
yun.
content.
Para maiba naman, di ba? Attraction din yun. This is your daughter?
Apa.
Talaga?
My youngest.
My youngest. Talaga. So, ang nangyayari niyan, from time to time you go to places and vlog. Dapat ganun naman.
Talagang
diba?
talagang...
Tsaka agri pa lang mainline mo.
Apa.
Ito, na-interview mo, I'm sure.
Pang finale, sir. Pang finale. Pang highlight.
Kunan mo sana kayong dalawa ni Sophia doon.
Ay.
Para may souvenir naman kayo.
Sige, sir. Ito na, sir. Doon. Okay, ma'am. Ano po yung full name ninyo? And what organization you represent?
I'm marine designer. I'm from ALP, Ayala and Premier. So I'm here to do benchmarking.
Oh. Ano bang mga projects na gagawin ninyo?
Marami po. Maraming.
So far, may nakakuha ba kayo ng inspiration?
Yes. Marami akong nakikita mga inspiration na pwedeng gamitin sa mga development natin.
Kasing laki ba ng nung yung vision?
Extravagant na yung nung
Extravagant na,
But we're doing residential po, so smaller.
Yeah. Ayun. Sige, ma'am. Thank you so much, ha. Thank you so much. Anong titi? Avocado.
Pero parang ito pa rin ba?
Has?
Padulas hindi bilog.
Ay, pwede natin iuwi yan. Has avocado ba yan?
Hindi po.
Ay, hindi.
Hindi.
Pero ganyan Artificial ba?
Pero ano siya hindi siya sobrang lalaki.
Baka nag-ano lang, napanat lang.
Parang nagdala lang.
Na-dehydrate lang.
Hindi, pero matigas pa siya
Pero ibang avocado siya. Ano yung variety yan?
Kasi yung has, bilog na bilog siya na even yung ganun niya, even siya.
Vitamin kayo,
for
Sir
tomorrow daw.
Ano pa, nakita ko lang sa South Cotabato, yung sa Dole Plantation.
Wala ka pang na-interview na.
Wala pa. Kasi ano eh.
Tanim ako eh.
Ano, wala pang
Sa
bunga.
SNR.
Wala pang bunga.
Ay, maliit pa lang, sir.
Okay.
Ano, mahal siya sa SNR. Siya, ang grabe mahal. Pero ang sarap pinong-pino.
Oo.
Nag-try ako, pinong-pino siya.
Parang ano
Kaya
siya.
na-amaze ako, sabi ko, sige, tanim na ako.
Para siyang pang solo. Pang one person.
Oo,
Ah,
tapos
yun.
maliit. Kasi ang dami ng variety nun.
Oo.
California, may Joy bago ngayon eh. May Pepe, may Pilar.
Sir, introduce lang kita. Sir,
Ay,
full
hello.
name, sir.
Francisco Rora, pero they call me Coco.
Coco. Sir Coco, saan ang farm ninyo?
Sa San Miguel, Bulacan.
San Miguel, Bulacan lang. Malapit lang.
Malapit
Ano
na.
po ang farm ninyo basically?
Actually, I'm just starting.
Okay.
This pandemic lang. So, I'm conceptualizing pa.
Okay.
Kaya, that's why I'm attending different, Yung sa'yo, nanonood ako minsan. So, mapasok sa ano ko eh. Kaya, nag-follow na ako.
May natutunan ba kayo dito sa trip na to? May
Ay,
nakuha ba kayong inspiration?
Yeah, very inspiring. Yung mga lectures, yung mga places, yung Nongnu. Maganda. Tapos, the best yung lecture ni Mr. Mike. Nabigyan ako idea how to approach the farm. Conceptualize, my master planning.
From the start pa lang, andun na yung plano.
Yes. Ang ganda nung approach niya. Parang ganun ang gagayahin ko siguro. So, I'm not
For
so
agritourism din ba?
Ha?
Agritourism din ba? Ang bagsak?
Initially, target ko para retirement. Pero open yung option to the people, maging agritourism siya. Maganda yung parang future niya. So, ganun siya.
Alright.
So, lapit ako mag-retire.
Ilan taon na ba kayo?
53.
Oh, bata pa.
Preparing my retirement. Ganun.
1 year older ka lang sa akin.
Ay, ganun ba? Pero may farm ka na rin yata
sa Tanay.
Kumusta?
Ay, struggling.
Parang tayo
Hirap.
sabay yata tayo eh.
Mahirap.
Struggling, hirap. Tapos development, ang gastos.
Grabe.
Ngayon ko na-feel yung mag-develop ng land, ganun pala ang hirap mag-develop ng land. Kaya pala pag subdivision ka lang, ang hirap ang mahal na ng price.
Kaya importante yung planning talaga.
Planning,
Start pa lang.
Tsaka
Tapos
dapat alam
along
mo
the
na
way,
where you're
doon ka na
going.
lang adjust konti. But at least yung overall, klaro na.
Correct.
Para walang nasasayang. Ang dami kong nasayang na.
Dami.
Ang dami nasayang, sir.
Sana marami pa tayong matutunan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you rin, sir.
Sir, those are the hydroponics. Just beside the roadside. It's part of the community effort. It's like the barangay in our setup. So this entire thing is owned by the owner.
And you said kanina yung gustong bumili.
They just have them. You can see the parang calling cards at the top. You just have to text
Ka
them.
lang.
Yeah.
Kung siya gusto mong orderan.
Yes.
Galing.
Those are different.
May fishbowlan pala dito.
May nagluluto. What's that?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Pay chicken pay tay.
Oh. Tingnan mo, sarap oh. Tingnan.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Yummy. Ni kaniyaw. Ni tin kay chicken. Ni kaniyaw.
May rice. Hello, sir. Are you the leader? Okay.
เขาคนต่างชาตินี่นะคะไม่ใช่ไม่เป็นไรค่ะเราธรรมดาเลยค่ะเราธรรมดาก็ไม่เกรงอ่ะเหมือนชาวบ้าน
So ito yan, yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Sel kanina. So may mga phone number sila. So probably kung sino yung may matured na plants, doon siya bibili. Galing. Kaso nga lang, nasa gilid ng kalsada.
Welcome to Thailand. Welcome to บ้านพัทวีภูลครับก็ยินดีต้อนรับอาจจะมีปัญหาเรื่องภาษานิดหน่อยนะครับแต่ว่าก็เรา
Welcome to บ้านวังบ้านไหนนะ
พัทวีภูล
Welcome to บ้านพัทวีภูลวังหมีซับดิสตริก
ก็มีความยินดีที่พี่น้องจากฟิลิปปินส์มาเยี่ยมบ้านเรา
He's very happy with you came to here
ตอนนี้ก็เป็นตัวแทนขอบคุณเป็นตัวแทนของชาวบ้านขอบคุณนักท่องเที่ยวทุกคนที่ให้เกียรติเรา
Would like to say thank you all of you
ก็วันนี้เรามี
Nandito tayo sa isang community na sila nga ay nag-hydroponics yung buong, kumbaga sa atin, yung buong barangay. So, yun yung livelihood nila. So, ngayon, welcome tayo dito. Hello, sir.
4,000 kilos of this small site?
2,000?
You said 4,000 kilos.
They said it's 4,000 a month.
Of just that?
I don't.
Too good to be true, eh?
Yes. For me.
For me, it's too good to be true. Maybe there's a lost in translation. Maybe there's another site. But the
Probably the whole village.
the business is teaching, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how many. It's obviously set up to teach other Thai farmers. Interesting, though. What I like about it is I could actually, and what I'm looking at, I could pick it up and carry it inside for a typhoon. Sorry. That's our problem, right? About every 2 years you get hit.
Yes.
So when I look at anything like this now, it's like, hey, can I take the roof off? Can I protect the goods?
Well, you can actually set up a indoor.
You can do it indoor as well, but then where do you get the light?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you're building, if it's a greenhouse, it has to be built strong enough for a typhoon, and that's expensive, right?
Yes.
So I looked at the cost of greenhouses in Luzon. It's not worth the risk. I think it's not worth the risk. I got hit 2 times in 2 years. So now I'm very...
Wash out? Totally wash out?
No, washed out, but we had a lot of trees down, like all her ornamental plants that were outside. You know, I mean, I'm putting them down on the ground so that they get protected. But you know, when a mango tree falls on top of it, like her bonsai garden now has a acacia tree in the middle of it. The biggest bonsai is now under the acacia tree. Welcome to the Philippines, right?
All right. So, what's your full name?
Simon Pickering.
Yeah, Sir Simon. So far, how do you find our tour?
I found the Notch interesting but overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
To me, he's taken a good idea, but because he's, one of the takeaways was that his motto is every day a little bit more. So basically, the place just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And now I think it's got to the point that it's actually overwhelmingly big and very difficult to comprehend.
Yeah, you think it's still productive?
I think it's probably a very good business. But I'm not sure that he's doing it for the business. He's doing it, I think he wants to be the Hanging Gardens of Babylon of the modern era. I think that's what it's become. And I'm just looking at what he's building. As far as the business is concerned, you would stop, right? Because you have enough. There's no point to continue investing. You should be maintaining at this point. But there's definitely an egotistical ambition there that is beyond the business.
Beyond.
It's well beyond the business. Well beyond the business. But I mean, the concept is, I mean, again, the advantage these guys have, they don't have to worry about typhoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
In their area.
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't do that.
Probably that's the reason why there's no such that magnitude in the Philippines.
Yeah, you'd start building it and it'd get broken and then you'd give up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even for us, every time a major typhoon comes through, the energy to go out and sort it out is really, really hard. Nearly every time we're pulling up at least 30 trees back upright. And then you cut it. It's almost soul destroying. At the moment, our property is a lifestyle.
All right. Lifestyle meaning
It's
you're
a
not earning?
lifestyle. You're not earning. It's a lifestyle. It's let's put it this way. You know, agribusiness, how it doesn't work, right? I mean, you grow 1.5 hectares of rice. How much money can you really make per crop?
Yeah.
Probably maximum 40,000 pesos.
That's a net?
Yeah.
No.
Net.
Net. For 1 hectare.
Yeah, roughly. Maybe less. We're farming about two properties that are around 1.7, so it's nearly 1.5.
All right.
And the last time we harvested our bigger field, which is 0.7, by the time we sold the palai at the gate, we had 45,000 pesos cash. Now, maybe it was a good crop, maybe it was a bad crop, but I look at the statistics over the years where I use different people to work the land. It very rarely changes that much. And
40,000 is you get more than other farms.
Well, the input's about 25, right?
Oh, that's gross.
I'm just saying the cash that I got
so minus 25. It's 40 minus 25.
We give up counting what we put in. Just forget it. It's like a compulsory savings plan, right?
Probably, well, if it's for your own consumption, then
we keep one field for our own consumption, so you could say that's 100% profit, right? Yeah, I mean, that one is, we feed a lot of people off one field, that's for sure. Yeah, a lot of people benefit from that field. Then the other field, we just basically sell it straight away. But I look at the prices that we have recorded over the years, the price we've got for palai. 8-9 years ago, we were getting up to 22 pesos a kilo for palai. Now you're lucky to get 16.5.
That was before the rice tarification.
Yeah. And okay, what do we get in return now? You get probably 2 or 4 sacks of fertilizer a year, right?
And 1 kilo of seeds.
And now maybe 2 sacks of seeds.
All right.
And then, or you get 5,000 pesos that gets put into a land bank account, and you've got to go to Cabanatuan, or Gapan, sorry, and queue up for hours to get the ATM card, and then the money will be deposited sometime in the future. I mean, come on, I'd rather have the 22 pesos a kilo, right?
Yeah, they'd rather increase the price of the palay, and the government need not to give subsidy.
Yeah,
they just increase the
subsidy
price
doesn't
of the
make
palay.
it. The value of the subsidy is completely, I mean, out of proportion to what the farmer has lost. But the thing is that how many people are there in the city that want 20 pesos a kilo rice versus the farmer? There's probably more people in the city.
Well, it's not happening.
It's not going to happen. 20 pesos a kilo? Retail? It's not going to happen. Well, where's the 20 pesos with the trader? Yeah.
Well.
You know the best way to make money out of rice? You live in a condominium in Makati and
you just sell it in your community.
Yeah.
Probably in one condominium where you stay.
But look at this idea, right? I mean, you could do this along all of the farm to market roads. People could actually be doing this. And the investment and the skills to set it up are completely within every Filipino's ability, right? Okay, you need power, but now we have solar. On Lazada, you can buy a basic solar pump, and they work for a long time.
When they grow hydroponics,
Any-
45
Just
days.
thinking, every irrigation canal could have that. Yeah. Thousands of kilometers. But actually, what about the vegetables? I guess there will be vegetable breeds that are okay for the warmer climates, right? Problem is, when you're not looking, somebody will come and steal your PVC pipe or the metal.
That's another concern.
Actually, it's really surprising. What I don't understand is why the water pumps never get stolen.
All right.
People will leave their pump there for months, including the long one that goes down into the canal, which is 15,000-20,000 pesos, right? The pump itself is 15,000 pesos. Never gets stolen.
What do you think is the reason?
Well, apparently it's too hard to resell them because people know it's stolen.
Oh, I see.
Or you got to take it to another community to sell it. But in the immediate community where everybody knows each other, you can't. I walk from our farm in Nueva Ecija. It's quite often, sometimes with the dogs, I go for about a 5-kilometer walk around the fields. And in the middle of nowhere, every field has its pump just sitting there. Yes, they take them away sometime, but they'll leave them there for weeks. And it's just like, how come nobody steals it? It never happens.
Nobody will buy it.
I don't know what it is, but it's like there's the rules, right? There's a limit to what you can do, and stealing somebody's water pump is going beyond the limit, I think. And then the other one is even like the carabaos and the goats. I mean, people leave their carabao out in the middle of the field overnight, and nobody goes and steals their carabao, right? And look at the value of a carabao; it's huge. I mean, it wouldn't take an evil person could easily just walk through and then take it to another province, and he's now got a carabao and sell it. But it doesn't happen. I just find it fascinating. This limit of ethics that is absolutely untouchable, and yet something small will disappear. Tools, things like that, they just disappear, right?
There was a time that carabao were stolen.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
So now
in the 70s.
So people are better off now, or just
they go to jail.
They go to jail. People got into trouble.
Yeah.
So there is a limit, right? That's like that's one step too far then in the whole culture, in the system. Yeah. You go to jail for eating dog?
No, for stealing the carabao.
No, but what about for eating dogs?
It's part of the culture.
Because they still eat dogs.
In the northern part of the Philippines, yes.
Even in Nueva Ecija, they're eating dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you think about it. Pork's how much per kilo? 200? 150, 200 pesos a kilo for pork? And how many kilo is a dog?
I don't know.
Probably 15, 20 kilo, right? Free food. I mean, it's not just, there's a practical side to it as well. But the times that I've seen it being eaten is when the farmers in their bacada, maybe they had a windfall business, they rented their field for melon season or something like that, and then they'll get 15,000 pesos per hectare for the melon season. They have a party for nearly 10 days on one of the bahay kubos on the field, and that's the time we've seen them doing lechon aso. But one of my friends.
But there's a law that prohibits eating dogs.
Yeah, because in a guy I know was saying 35 years ago when he came to Clark, Angeles, people were obviously killing dogs and cooking them very openly.
Yes.
Yeah, but that rule. But so it must have been enforced as well then to stop people from doing it. Because,
it's quite hard to implement because that's part of the culture.
I mean, we as a Westerner, I mean, I love animals and I love dogs, but I can see the practical side of it. But with that said, I don't like eating my own pig either. It's just I kind of like that separation from the live animal to the dead one. My father had a pig when I was a
How
child.
long you've been staying in the Philippines?
I've been with my wife for 30 years. And I first came to the Philippines in 1988. But I was primarily Hong Kong based and then China based. So we met in Hong Kong and married in Hong Kong. And then we had a period where we were in Shanghai for 8 years. And then because of the education of the children, we moved the family back to the Philippines. And then after that, I'm OFW for a long time. So, you know, I had the luxury that I could afford to come back at least once or twice a month. It was more a time management issue. And then I was based in Hong Kong for 8 years, nearly 10 years prior to COVID. And it was actually my wife saying, come back to the Philippines and, you know, try and stop working in Hong Kong. You know, in Hong Kong, you're making a US dollar income. And it's pretty hard to psychologically walk away from that income and then take your chances here. COVID forced it, and it's okay, it worked. Yeah. And I'm glad actually that COVID came along and made me make that change and reinvent myself.
Despite of your farming ventures are not...
Well, the farming venture is primarily my wife's.
All right.
Yeah, that's her legacy to the world. She took a rice field and she's turned it into a botanical garden. So that's really what she's done. And you know, part of coming here is like, what do we actually ultimately do with that? You know, she's created something that's quite spectacular, but only she sees it. And a little bit like, you know, who's going to take it over?
Yeah.
I mean, that woman, she spent 30 years developing that garden before her son took it over and commercialized it.
Yeah.
I mean, she just started to try to commercialize it when her son took it over. So, you know, 30 years, 30 years of work for yourself, basically. And, you know, of course, she's doing it for her family or something like that. And then my wife is the same.
So your garden is open to public?
Not yet. We're still basically trying to understand how and even whether we want to commercialize it. Because you're also giving up your freedom, your privacy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason of having it is the privacy and and stuff like that. So what we think is the right way forward for us would be more educational tours where it's planned and structured. And you know that on Saturday you have 30 people coming and you're psychologically prepared for 30 people. So we've been to the sunflower farm. There's a sunflower farm in Nueva Ecija. I can't remember which one. We went there January last year. And massive car park. And the day we were there, it was like a Monday or Tuesday. But even in the time we were there were quite a lot of people coming in. And then I've seen YouTube of it on the weekend, and the car park is just full. And it's like, you know, I don't want that happening. I don't want it to end up like that, where you got a traffic jam with people just turning up and turning up. That's not going to work. We're on the farm to market road. Where are you going to park your car? Yeah, and then all the farmers will be getting upset because they can't get past with their kuliglig and all that kind of stuff, right?
You know the kuliglig.
But this is one of the things that came out of the tourism ladies' talk yesterday. The community's got to be on board with it. I mean, you look at it now. We're walking through the community, right? Not everybody's going to like it. There's going to be a grumpy old man that doesn't benefit from it. The tourists just annoy him. You know, that happens too, right?
So probably you have to develop an area aside from your residence.
You could build another property away from the residence, but the problem is that the bit
probably had to convert some of your rice fields.
The bit she spent 15 years building is around the house, though, right?
I think there's another area there.
That's probably where they make the 4,000 kilos. We go and look.
Maybe we're wrong. We judge them. I think it's the whole community in each.
So everybody has
their own. It has its own
plot. Yeah, that would make more sense.
Okay, so maganda-ganda yung garden niya. Okay.
Yeah. So that's nearly double. It's so simple though. I mean, I've seen it before,
but Filipinos are not lettuce eater.
you know what?
Filipinos are not lettuce
but you
eater.
can grow other stuff, but yeah, it's not traditionally eaten, no. Except in your McDonald's. Do they even put it in McDonald's? They do. It's in the. It's in the big
The iceberg, not this one.
Yeah.
Nandito na naman sila.
Tikim mo.
Ano yan, sir?
Tomatillo.
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 Tomatillo po.
Ito yung kwan eh.
Yung
Kamatis, ano nga tawag dito sa atin? Yung vine ito eh.
vine?
Ayun, yung tray.
Hindi ba vine dito, Sir Mike?
Hindi, may bush po niya.
Supposed to buy it.
Actually, sir, makakakuha ka dito sa mga damo-damuhan. Yung tabi-tabi, di ba?
Talaga?
Dahil ito kasi eh. Pero yung ganito natin, sir, maliliit lang.
Maliliit.
Ako, kinakakuha natin.
Can I try?
Can you guess?
Dahon niya to.
Dapat ko naka-cover.
Dahon niya. Can I try?
Can you guess? Okay.
Mga tropical. Alinis kaya to?
Tikim na lang tayo.
Tikim lang. Tikim lang. Okay na. May umiyak lang.
Masarap.
Everybody, when you buy finish, you go here and come back buy again.
Puro kayo free taste.
Tara.
Puro free taste.
Pilipino.
Basta libre. Free taste. But don't forget to buy.
Sir, introduce first name po.
Hi, Ronald Salisali.
Sir
Bukidnon. Ronald.
Bukidnon?
Yes.
May kasama kang taga Bukidnon dumating dito.
Ako lang si Sir Chato yung boss ko. Sila
okay.
yung sa King Louis. Tapos
taga,
ako yung nasa sa
part ka
Bukidnon.
ng King Louis. I see. So, kumusta? Anong may natutunan ka?
Oh, marami.
O matagal mo nang alam? Kasi taga King Louis
May
ka.
may basic lang sa propagation ganun, pero yung technicalities parang hindi natin madaling makuha kasi hindi nila maintindihan yung English. Maganda kasi yung nila, yung technology. Problema nga lang hindi masyadong ma-introduce sa atin kasi parang hanging ako sa explanation nila ba. Hindi masyadong maintindihan.
Hindi ma-explain eh.
Oo. Kung maganda sana meron silang translator na English.
Na magaling talaga.
Para ma-explain. Kasi parang willing kasi sila magturo sa atin. Ang problema lang, hindi nila ma-explain.
Hindi ma-explain.
Oo. Pero maganda na rin experience kasi at least yung basic na nalaman natin, makikita natin yung actual, madali natin din mag-gets kung ano yung ginagawa nila.
Anong latest sa King Louis? Anong ginagawa niyo sa Bukidnon, by the way?
Cut flowers.
Anong klase? Yung
Chrysanthemum.
Back for the photo.
Ito yung moms.
Moms.
Tama, moms. Malaysian moms.
Malaysian moms.
Malaki yung farm niyo doon. Sino?
Photo?
Kailangan pa ba na? Sige.
Later.
Bili tayo. Can we buy?
200 baht.
This one. How much?
How much? 100 baht.
100.
Hindi pa siya natin si Sir Manuel. Surigao pala.
Surigao.
Iba yung Siargao. Iba din.
Magkaiba.
Yung Siargao ay nasa isla.
Apa.
Grabe doon yung mga tourist doon.
Pero sir, maganda rin yung province yun kasi nakarating na ako.
Talaga? Saan doon?
Yung yung dun sa Kantilan, di ba?
Sa Kantilan. Sa Kantilan. At least nagbiya kayo.
from Manila via Surigao City, Butuan.
Butuan po.
So, from Butuan to Surigao City.
Malayo pa eh. Ilang hours
siguro
pa yun.
mga 3 to 4 hours.
Opo.
Ganon.
Ano yung way, akala mo bundok-bundok na, tapos bigla may civilization.
Pero nabinta. Oo, masikip yung pag ganong-ganon.
Apo. Tapos pagbaba mo, ang laking town pala yung Kantilan.
Kantilan is one of the oldest towns or municipalities in Surigao del Sur.
Kainin natin.
Kulang daw, kulang.
Kaso malinis kaya.
Kulang. Nawala natin sa hotel. Meron tayo late. Tikim.
Hindi, okay.
Baisa, ikaw Alam mo
Galing.
kita. Joke lang.
Parang may ganito sa Philippines eh.
Bye-bye!
Hindi ganito kalalaki.
Tayo late. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Oh, water again? Later?
Free flowing water pala dito.
Oh, yeah.
Para lang siyang kamatis.
Nagjo-joke lang.
Ba't masarap yung tree niya, yung pang sample niya masarap.
Hindi. Yung hindi na siya.
Opo. Available na po ang Agribusiness merch sa Shopee. Ang link nasa description box. Mamalengke online sa onlinepalengke.com. Your original, trustworthy online palengke. Thank you sa mga donors sa aming Give a Grocery to Farm Workers project. For donations, contact us. Pwede rin sa YouTube Thanks. Just click the Thanks button. Agribusiness, how it works. Instruct, inspire, succeed.